Hi everybody, welcome back to the Builder Dad shop. I am Builder Dad Dan and this is my shop. Now today I want to talk to you about something that I find very important for my wood shop. And it's a specific tool, and surprisingly enough, I'm not going to talk about a miter saw. I'm not going to talk about a planer, a joiner, a hand tool, a bandsaw, or anything like that. What I'm actually going to talk to you about is my 3D printer. And not to go into the specifics about my 3D printers, but I do have three of them. One is two are Prusas, and one is a Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon. And while I love them all, and maybe in a future video we'll talk about why I love each one independently, today I'm going to talk to you about why having a 3D printer is important to me in my wood shop. And so we can start with a really easy example. If you look up in the ceiling of my shop, you're going to see all these dust pipes up there. And these dust pipes are actually all held up with custom 3D printed brackets. For me, my shop has a low ceiling, and I was looking for a solution to that low ceiling in a way that I could hang the pipes and make it look kind of cool. Well, so I went to SketchUp, I looked at my pipes, I tested a bunch of stuff, and I made a design. And so I think this is version 2 or 3 of those brackets, but I now have 4-inch brackets and 6-inch brackets that hold up all the piping on my ceiling. It's really cool, and I like it. So that's one great example of it. Another great example is all of the things that are on my bench, from sanding sticks. This one I found on printables, and so I've got a collection of woodworking prints that I found that I liked, and this is one of them. This was designed by an individual who actually went to great lengths. They put it in so that the actual screw itself, the threads are 3D printed. I thought that was really cool and unique. Beyond that, how are ways that I use this? Templates. Rapid producing of templates. So this was a drawer handle, and so I wanted to, inside a cabinet, I wanted a drawer that I could put my hand into and pull it out with. And so this was template number 1. And I realized that it was a little too low and I didn't like it. So then I rapidly produced this one. And this one was a little wider and a little bit better. One thing I'll note about my templates is that when I make them, I give myself little hooks. And I also give myself a mark where I can line up a pencil mark. The reason I do this is that in this case here, this went on and I marked it with a pencil, took it to my bandsaw, I cut it on my bandsaw, and then I came back and I put this on the piece of wood, went back to my router table, and I used a spiral templating bit, and I went and cut this out and made it perfect. So then I had 12 repeatable drawers that looked perfect. So there's a nice easy template example. Other examples, squares. I wanted a square that had a center finder, so I made one. And yeah, so this one here has a center finder. And so I can actually use that to find center, put my pencil there, and pull it across the board. Now, I don't use it as a center finder. I typically tend to use this as a big square that I can clamp to. And so I actually put 2 of them together and clamp them together like that, so that I can stand them up on my bench. From there, bench dogs. Custom made so that I could lift a thing off of my bench when I was finishing it. Low profile bench dogs. A flat reference block to go with the bench dog. So different little ideas, different little solutions. Large radius jig. My scroll saw table, I wanted a big radius on there, and while I have a set of woodpecker radius jigs, I didn't have one this big, and so I used this. I was able to then do the same thing, cut it with a jigsaw this time, and then came back with the router table and made that a perfect round over. Thickness gauges, feather boards, more rounding templates. This was something else I found on printables. It is mounts to the wall. I modified it from the original so I could use wall dog screws, but it mounts on the wall, and actually, if you look, I don't know if you can see it in the frame shot, but I use this to hang up electrical cords, my Festool vac cords and cables, and different things that I want to hang in the shop come off this. In addition to this, more feather boards, more templates. So you can see the sky's the limit. If you can either find it or draw it, you can print it. This one here is my first pass at a new picture frame jig that I'm going to make. Trying to figure it out, and came up with some ideas that I like and don't like. But the cool thing that I really liked out of it was I made this handle. So I made a very nice oversized handle for a 1/4 nut. Now, what else do I have here? And this is only a subsection of the things that I have. My ceiling lights are actually, the mounting to the ceiling is actually 3D printed as well. I made things to mount those. This is the dust boot. So it's the dust boot that comes in 3 parts. I glue it together before it ships out, but if you were to 3D print it, you can print this in 3 different parts and you modify your DeWalt planer with it. So this is another example of great reasons to have a 3D printer. And beyond that, you can see I needed a custom solution to my drill press, and I wanted a feather board for my drill press. So here I have a feather board for my drill press that I can then clamp in front of it and push things against the fence really nicely. That came in really big handy when I was doing a lot, or actually when I do shoe racks. That solved the problem. So if you look around my shop, the 3D printer is very active. It does a lot of little things. So if you look at 3D printers, you might think to yourself, well, they're just for fun. I'm showing you a bunch of examples and reasons why they're more than just fun. They can add flexibility to the shop. They can create tools for you. They can create things to make things for you. They can create modifications with them. So if you're on the fence about a 3D printer, especially now with the holidays coming up, 3D printers are on sale, this is the time to act. I am not sponsored by any 3D printing company. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but I do have a love for it. And I will say that there is a lot of great machines out there. There's a lot of great price points for those machines. I stick to Prusas just because they're tried and true. I really like them. I've had Creality, I've had Prusa, I've had Bamboo. I'm pretty confident that my next printer that I buy is going to be another Prusa. So, really out there today, keep trying. Really out there today? That's really what I'm going to end this with? No. That sounds silly. Let's end it with this. 3D printing is great. I'm really excited about them. I have yet to tap the full potential of what I'm going to do with my 3D printers. Currently, my 3D printers are running non-stop printing parts that I'm selling on Etsy. I'm looking forward to having more time with them to print the things that I want to print for my shop. There's more tools and things that I want to do, more templates, more patterns. And so, my advice to you, get one. All right. Till next time, have fun, take care, and stay safe.